G'day everyone, this is James. Welcome back to the channel. As always, please feel free to subscribe, hit that notification bell, and any likes and comments on the videos are always appreciated. So in the background today, we've got a troll street samurai with a little bit of a shaman tattoo design that you'll see on the end. This is very much inspired by Shadowrun. I love Shadowrun. If you don't know the Shadowrun world, it's kind of like Blade Runner meets Dungeons and Dragons. So it's very cyberpunk, but there's also magical creatures and magic users. Definitely worth checking out the games, either the tabletop roleplay or the video games, and there's a bunch of books as well, but the books can be hit and miss. So I hope everyone likes my really clickbaity title for this video, but I'm not actually going to be attacking anyone's art and telling anyone specifically that their art sucks. It's more about just having a look at my own art that I haven't shown anyone for years, some of my early stuff, and just talking about how when you start out, your art, like, to put it bluntly, your art does suck. Well, for most of us anyway, and you've got to get past what I call the suck. And speaking of the suck, here's some of it now. Here is I think this was about the third digital painting I ever did, and I didn't even know how to use pen pressure or anything. At the time I thought, I was doing pretty well, but it is hard to go back and look at ones like this. Especially this one now. This one I'm not too impressed with. I could see what I was trying to do, but I really did not have the knowledge or skills at all. But then, I get to a piece like this one, and this one I can actually look back and see some goodness in there. It's still not at the level that I wanted to be at the time, but it's not as bad as I originally thought. And I suppose like this one as well. This one I actually feel, even today, I'm really happy with this piece, and I think there's only a little bit more that I could do to make this piece a bit better. I actually like the lighting and everything, and I'll get into why it changed so much. See, in the beginning, like most people, you start out and you just want to draw, you just want to paint, and you think you know what everything looks like, but you don't. Even though you can imagine it in your head, when it actually comes down to putting pen to paper or Wacom to the Wacom tablet, you find out that you actually don't know what everything looks like. Your brain does, but then you can't tell your hand how to draw it. You can't imagine the lighting or anything. So in these early stages, and everyone's probably heard this so many times, but it's because it's true. It works. You need to use reference, and even now I still use reference for anything that I'm not sure how I'm gonna draw or paint, or even just to inspire new things. And so after my first year of struggling and talking to other artists and getting feedback, I started using reference. And I started doing pieces like this. This would have been in my second year of painting, I guess. And I started getting more attention from the people that I wanted to get attention from. And you can see, like in this painting, like this is just straight direct reference. So I was just copying from a photo. And doing this kind of work, it leads to better paintings. Of course it does, because you're actually pulling from real life. And even though you can do more creative stuff, like it's not real life, using that reference can inform your work. But like I was talking about how I copied straight from that photo for the mountain painting. I'm not necessarily talking about using reference just in that way, where you're just copying directly from the reference and painting exactly what you see. That can be good, but a lot of times just using reference means like you're looking at an image for the mountains, like how the mountains are formed, but you're not going to paint exactly those mountains. You're just looking at how they're shaped and thinking about like maybe how snow rests on them. Same with lighting. Like I wouldn't have been able to understand that the blue light from the sky fills in the shadow on that mountain. Like even in the snow, it's not just a black shadow. Like sometimes we think in our minds that shadows are just black, but they're absolutely not. Shadows are actually they're just the surface color of whatever surface it is, and the light has been blocked out, and usually they're picking up ambient light from other sources, whether it's the sky or bounce light from other walls or excuse me. So just that kind of study was very, very important, and it wasn't just a work of attrition where you're just doing so many pieces and hitting your head against the wall wondering why things aren't improving. It was actually doing a lot of work that was focused on actual study, learning, and it led to pieces like this one where I did actually push the lighting more. I'm not saying this piece is like fantastic or anything, but it's certainly better. And this is within just I think my second year of painting. I was really pushing the lighting, and same like I started trying doing like night scenes and thinking about the lighting for there, and using the reference for the rocks and everything. And the work, like I was saying, it started getting noticed by this stage, and this was when I was offered my first job. And this next piece, it's not actually from my first job. I think it was my second job working in the industry for not a role-playing game, but kind of like an arena game that was based on Dungeons and Dragons type characters, and designing characters for that, which was a lot of fun. So moving on, I guess just in the background I should be talking a little bit more about my troll Street Samurai. You've probably noticed at this point he's asking what the hell's going on with that teddy bear. My idea behind that for the character was this guy is so big, like he's a tank, he's like a truck. And sometimes you see trucks where the drivers have taped on a soft toy, a plushie on the front of the truck, and that was just the idea behind this. Like, this guy's so big that either himself or someone, one of his partners, has taped on a soft toy onto the front of him, a teddy bear. It just gives him a little bit more of a distinct character look. Same goes with the tattoos that I'm going to add. Just gives something a little bit more distinct, so he's not just a generic troll. So even now, like I probably should have used more reference when I was doing the hand. You saw me struggling a lot trying to do a cybernetic hand, and I ended up just giving up. I just couldn't get it to work. None of the ideas that I was trying were working properly, and so I just went the easy route, went into my comfort zone, and ended up just giving him a generic gun. So he does have some genericness to him, even if other parts I tried to push a little bit more with his character. And yeah, he was a lot of fun. This is one of those ones. Every now and then, I find when I'm drawing or painting, and you guys might find this as well, you hit a certain painting where you just go, things are coming together a little bit more. Like, everything that I'm trying now, like, I understand it a little bit more, and it seems to be working a bit better. And I had that with this guy. I found the painting, the lighting, even the just drawing. I was pushing the body proportions a little bit more, and I don't know, I just found that it was all working. Like, I was getting a little bit more comfortable. But that also means now that I'm comfortable with doing these kind of character sketches, I need to be pushing myself to do something new. And I've already got that planned. in this kind of sketchy style that I've been doing recently, I've only been doing kind of characters standing against a white background, like really simple. But I actually want to get back into doing, illustration pieces or storytelling pieces, and so I'm going to push myself out of my comfort zone and in this style try to do like an environment piece and just see how that works. I'm sure I'll be recording the video so everyone can watch me fail and cheer me on as I fail. So just getting back to my other point about just in the beginning, when you start out, most of us, we're not lucky enough to start doing awesome art from the beginning. We have to fail through a lot of, as I said, I call it the suck, and you just got to get through it, and you've got to get through it in a smart way where you're looking at reference, and each painting you do, you're trying to learn something new.